So, good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. Today, we're in a new KubeCast, a new episode of Crypto Coffee with Marc. Today, we have a very special guest. In this case, we have Alfred from Cardano. And today, we're going to speak about Cardano, how did he start with everything related to cryptocurrencies, Cardano, and the author. And we're going to speak about general topics too. So, first of all, thank you, Alfred, for joining us today, and welcome to Crypto Coffee with Marc.
Hi, Mark. Thank you very much for the invite. It's a pleasure being here.
Perfect. Thank you, Alfred. So, first of all, we want to know, how did you start with cryptocurrencies? When did this interest start?
Well, the story basically started in 2017. I was told about a good friend of mine who lives in Brazil that always tries to convince me to come and live in Brazil so we can hang out more together. That we should invest in Bitcoin, because at that point Bitcoin had started going up. So that was interesting. We bought some fractions of a Bitcoin. We're actually on the way to Japan. So sitting on our suitcase, we bought some fractions of a Bitcoin. And then while we were there, this was one moment in time where it went up quite dramatically. So we thought, hey, that's interesting. So then when we came back from holiday, I wanted to know more, about what it all stood for and what it was about. And at some point I asked some questions, to which he answered, well, that Bitcoin doesn't do that, but there are altcoins that do. And I went, excuse me, what is this magic that you're talking about now? So then he explained about altcoins, what they were, and this was in 2017, which was the period of the ICOs. I don't know if people remember. All these projects coming out on the Ethereum blockchain. And it was very interesting for us because we've been doing accommodation for maybe over 20 years, and suddenly we were involved in that. But we were able to open a window on the world, like all these new technological projects. And one thing led to the other. So we discovered all kinds of things that were interesting, that to do with environment and energy and what have you. And then one of these days I came across a small article, very small, very condensed little article that was talking about Cardano. And I think it may have been the very first article about Cardano ever, because it's like literally a one-page article, okay, with a photo of Charles Hoskinson and the other co-founder at the time. And they looked very, very boring, almost nerdy. But what I liked about the article is that what really came across is how they were very serious about their approach, about what they were trying to do. So anyway, this was the very start of it. And then we started digging deeper. We discovered the whiteboard video of Charles on YouTube, and the journey never stopped ever since.
So you started from the ground, from the scratch, from Cardano. You started from the bottom, let's say.
Exactly. We and as a site, I guess we really saw that we were one of the first people, I guess, in general. And also in my conversation with, I liked Cardano, then I really get into it. And like I said, I saw the whiteboard video and that completely flattened me. I nearly fell off my chair because it just made so much sense, after I understood what Bitcoin could do with Ethereum and then how Cardano was going to solve these issues. So this is probably something you were going to ask me already, so I guess I may as well anticipate the question. Because then Jose suggested, my friend in Brazil, that we might accept ADA as a form of payment here in the hotel. Because he said, many businesses accept Bitcoin, but as to my knowledge, nobody is accepting ADA. So since I really liked it, I wasn't even familiar with all the social contact of really the mission of Cardano. I had a feeling about it, So we said, okay, let's do it. And then we decided to accept ADA. And then again, more things happened, It's been a journey that hasn't stopped from the end of 2017 to now. It's nearly 5 years.
Okay, yeah. So you made all the journey until now. So you started from the bottom, from a simple paper, let's say, in a way that was quite simple with nothing special in a way. But you found that you could be a jewel, let's say, in a way, in the future. So you started from the bottom until now that you, let's say, was the first business to accept Cardano as a payment method. So when did you decided to accept Cardano as a payment method in your hotel?
December 2017. I think like I said, in August 2017, we discovered about Bitcoin and the altcoins. Took us a few months to really get into all the projects, to study, find out more. And then by December 2017, we had decided to accept ADA. So then I can't remember whether it was a tweet or an email, but we thought it might be cool to notify IOHK of the fact that we would be accepting ADA and to check whether we perhaps would be the first business in the world to do so. And it turns out that we were. And then also just by chance, it turned out that IOHK had a workshop in Portugal in January of 2018, so only like a month after. So Charles Hodgkinson had heard about us, and he said, well, ask them if they want to hop on a plane and come and see us. So we did, and we were there present for 3 days. And first night we had dinner with Charles and not a bunch of people from IOHK. And yeah, it was a very, very cool adventure. And
How was the experience?
It was great. I mean, I was sitting elbow to elbow with Charles, who basically gave me like a 2-hour private lesson on blockchain.
Yeah.
And this is the very beginning, you know. I mean, also for them, they were at the early stages. And I can tell you, there was lots of eating going on, lots of drinking, lots of storytelling. So it was a great evening.
That's an amazing story, because you were with him. You were it's a learning from the master. So you were learning everything related to blockchain. And obviously Cardano, that you had all your interest about Cardano. So from the man itself, so you were in a lucky position in this case.
It was, and I have to also add something else to it. That already at the workshop, I mean, there maybe there might have been 60 or 70 people. I mean, now IOHK has grown up to have over like 1,000 employees or more. I'm not even sure how many. But also then what really struck us was just the energy in the room, you know, where we met on day one and where everybody was hanging out, and you could really tell that everybody was really into this project and just the loveliest people you'll ever meet, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it became a family in a way.
That's quite fun. So yeah, you were part of the team since the beginning without being part of the team. So that's pretty awesome. I would like to know, when did you start with the hotel? So with Cardano Hotel, that it's here in Barcelona. So if the people wants to go there and visit your installation, your hotel, and wants to pay obviously with Cardano, they can do it just going to Barcelona. When did you start with your hotel?
We previously came from Rome because we'd been in the tourist industry for over 20 years. And in 2012, we decided that we had our time, you know, it's time for a change. We had heard about Barcelona. I have no idea, but we were finding for another destination in the Mediterranean, you know, like the climate and the lifestyle. So I had started asking my customers in our combinations like, where are you going or where have you been? And to my surprise, many people answered Barcelona. I had absolutely no idea. So we came in a couple of times, we packed up, and we were here by the start of 2013. We'd given ourselves 6 months to find something, and then 1 week before time was up, then we saw a very inconspicuous little advertisement somewhere on the internet, and we went, and it was advertised as a hotel for sale on the main square of Barcelona. By the time we'd seen so many places, we were very cynical. We thought, oh well, another one, but okay, let's just go and have some fun. And it turns out it was really a small hotel on the central square of Barcelona. So we took
sorry, Alfred, to cut you, but they are saying me that there are some problems with your voice, with audio problems. So one sec, we're going back to the starting soon, and we'll check the problems.
Okay.
So we're back with Alfred. We had some audio problems. That's the typical thing that usually happens in the stream. Alfred was just chatting about his experience and why he decided to come to Barcelona with the author. He was just speaking about Rome and that amazing time. So can you just get back again to that so the users can know about your story?
Yep. Okay. But just like quick recap. Yeah, we'd been in Rome for 20 years. In 2012, we decided that the time was up and that time for a new experience. We were looking for a destination somewhere in the Mediterranean to be able to continue our same lifestyle. And and then we found out about Barcelona, where I had no idea that what tourism would be like here, but I had asked people in our other accommodations in Rome where they had been or where they were heading, and many people answered Barcelona. So we just got on a plane. We came here a few times, checked it out, and then we sold up everything we had in Rome. We gave ourselves 6 months to find something, and 1 week before time was up, we stumbled across this little hotel on the main square of Barcelona, run by a very old couple, and which had a feel to it like it was built like you're walking into a time machine, like the 70s, and that was great. So it's exactly what we're looking for. So we took it, we converted it, and now it's a thriving little place, and it's nearly always fully booked, also because of the location. So that's the story in a nutshell.
So you left everything back at Rome. You came here and you found, let's say, it's the jewel in the center of Barcelona. But right now it's the Cardano Hotel, the Ginebra Hotel here in Barcelona.
Correct.
That's amazing. So I would like to know, now we are seeing all the markets and all the things that we're seeing, typical years, typical not years, but kind of problems, let's say. So I would like to know, how do you see the future? How do you see the future for Cardano in this case? How do you, in the next year, let's say in the next 3-4 quarters, how do you think it's gonna behave? How it's gonna go with Cardano?
Well, I mean, you're referring to the market on the one hand, and on the other hand, there's like the development of the ecosystem, I guess. I cannot really say anything sensible about crypto markets. You know, I'm probably the last person that people should listen to, because I've learned to ignore them. You know, because I know that I've been in crypto now for like 5 years. I've seen the roller coaster train coming past, every so many months, and general panic or general jubilation. It's just part of how this works. You know, this the evaluation of it, and things have evolved over the years, I have to say. I mean, now everything seems to be linked to what happens even on Wall Street, you know, like techno shares and things like this. But it's still extremely volatile. But I mean, I don't care. I'm a Cardano hodler. I have a small investment, and I'm just waiting it out. As far as the ecosystem is concerned, I mean, you know as well as I do that after many years of patient development, now we're at the stage where I think there are 1,000 projects building on Cardano, and many of which are about to be launched in very, very, very near future. We have the Vasil hard fork event, hard fork combinator, coming on the 29th of June, which will even facilitate for that even more for projects to launch. And I can only see this going from strength to strength, because we've just had an event here actually at the hotel 3 days ago, because I'm also involved in an NFT platform, because when I'm involved in something like Cardano, apparently I have to do it properly. So, and I've been explaining to many people that didn't know anything about it, artists, about what is the genius of Cardano. And in my opinion, it's the treasury system and the governments, because of the fact that the treasury just keeps filling itself by the number of transactions that take place. So there's this never-ending, always growing mountain of funding available for anybody who wants to do a project on Cardano, which is called Catalyst.
Right.
We intend to apply to it ourselves, also with what we are doing. And it's like a reverse pyramid, you know. The more projects there are, the more money will become available. The more money there's available, the more projects can be funded. So that's the genius, in my opinion, of the Cardano ecosystem, that it will always keep going, and the quality is guaranteed by the seriousness of the project. So yeah, I can see myself sticking around for another couple of decades, I guess.
Well, you were here since the beginning, so you will be until the end, let's say, in a way
Mhm.
of everything. So you will hear all the way. So yeah,
Ex-
today we were on the meeting that was here in Barcelona, and there was a lot of people from other projects, a lot of people regarding audit and certifications. There were really
Yeah,
really nice talks in this case regarding all these topics. We had our CTO Daniel there just speaking with people because it's always important to speak with other projects, with other
exactly.
mind, let's say, with other technicians from other projects. So he was doing like a networking with other projects. And
Mhm.
we found out a lot of things. It's cool to speak with other people, in this case in Cardano, that they are building their project, they are doing some kind of certifications, they are doing audits, etc. And there were really interesting talks and topics. So it's kind of appreciated when they do meetings like this, so they can empower in a way the community and make sure that the community is still growing and will
Yeah,
continue to grow, obviously.
exactly. I can also tell you that at the event, which was an artist event, artists and local Barcelona artists and people interested in art gallery owners and NFT enthusiasts combined, which we will be releasing the footage probably as soon as tomorrow, the day after, because we had a video crew and photographers running around. And then at the same time, we also had an office set up. It's actually the room that I'm sitting in, which we brought in artists that were interested in knowing about the NFTs in general, and we brought them into the room and we created wallets with them on the spot. So I
Okay.
mean, and we're just one of many projects like this that go on because everybody's so enthusiastic. So we came away knowing that at least 10 more artists are going to be joining probably our platform. I won't mention the name because that's not why we're here. But I mean, so indirectly also they'll be now joining Cardano, and this is the magic of the ecosystem. I think that it just keeps growing naturally. Yesterday I saw a tweet of Charles. I don't know if you followed Arthur Prestige, who actually climbed Mount Everest, and he arrived, I think yesterday, 2 days ago, and he planted Cardano flag on top of Mount Everest.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
to which to which Charles replied, he said, "This is why we don't need VCs or marketing machines to promote Cardano because we have 3 million people in the community and they are a marketing machine.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you have people like Arthur, then the ecosystem will just keep growing and because it's all a matter of what you believe in, and I think this is why we're all here, right?
Well, you yourself, let's say, made a personal brand on Twitter. You are quite known in the Cardano community because of the first, obviously, business to accept
Sure.
Cardano as a payment method. And you're always, well, let's say, doing podcasts and speaking and interacting with the community. So I would like to know, did sometimes or someone did ever went to the Hotel Cardano because of you, because who you are, or yeah, because it's the first alter to accept Cardano? I want to know, there was a lot of transactions made in Cardano to purchase a room in your hotel, or how is it going?
No, but that's a very simple reason because we are located on the central square of Barcelona. It's like prime location, and we work with a couple of like the big reservation providers like Expedia, Booking.com, have you. So we fill up very quickly. So in the high season, it's almost impossible to even find a spot to be able to make a reservation directly with us because our ADA payment system is only for people that book directly off our website because it would be create a bit of complication to also do it for people that book through like the mentioned reservation providers.
The other
But I
payments.
would love to create more direct bookings. This is what we do at reception all the time. We also actively tell people about that we accept ADA and what it is when we have time, etc. And then of course there's also KubeCoin that you guys suggested that we should accept. So because so far the only coin that we're accepting is ADA, just because I believe in the project and I don't necessarily have to go full out on crypto, but I mean, I like your project. And this is why we're having this conversation because it's meant to solve issues in tourism,
Correct.
which obviously appeals to me. So whenever you guys are ready, then let's talk and let's implement it.
Yeah, correct. We really spoke that you will be one of the first hotels in this case to be able to incorporate our payment system.
Yes.
So let's say that right now it is interesting, obviously, for the people that is watching. let's say we're doing the final arrangements in a way of our payment gateway. It's not an easy tech. People always expect to build everything fast, because like we said, Rome wasn't built in one day.
Yeah.
So we're
No, I know it.
building a really cool thing that obviously want to launch it as like Cardano does every time when we know that it's perfect, functional, and it's
Exactly.
working fine.
Great approach.
Correct. So our tech team right now is developing everything, making sure that the payment gateway will work fine with Cardano and with cubes, to make sure that in your case, for example, the Cardano will be able to accept both currencies with an easy payment method. So that will be really cool, and we think that that will help really to incorporate payment methods regarding crypto to the world, let's say to the daily basis and to the real world. And probably right now it's the main problem that we're having, that you cannot spend your Cardanos, you cannot spend mainly a crypto in the real world. So we are here to solve this problem, and we'll start with the travel and leisure industry, because obviously we are in the industry that we are working, and which the one that we have been working for a lot of years. So that's why we're here trying to build this payment gateway. So I would like to know some other things. I think it was a long time ago. It was last year. But if I'm not wrong, you made a Cardano event at your hotel.
Yep.
So how was that?
That was amazing. That was the timing is quite good. You're asking. I'll tell you in a second why. That was great. That was at the occasion of the Gogan, the Gogan events of the launch of Gogan by IOHK, which was like a global event. Where I think like really big events, and then there was like another couple of venues which were voted by the community, where the smaller events took place. We were one of the events that got voted, and yeah, I mean we had 2 days of Cardano enthusiasts here in the hotel, and it was great because there's something that if I can beat my own drum, it's something that we're quite good at when we organize events, because we make sure that nobody's ever left alone. Okay. So when somebody comes through the door, then we ask them like, why are you here? What is your interest? What are you doing? And then we just walk them in, and straight away we connect them to somebody else. So our events are always extremely dynamic, and eventually we have to kick people out. You know, they always stay longer than they intended. Same happened 3 days
for
ago.
Future events?
Yeah. Sorry?
Do you have plans for future events right now?
Yep, tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow?
Funny you should ask. Yes.
Okay.
because tomorrow I have IOHK is in town, and they have a workshop. I can't remember exactly what it is. It might be about DEXs, or the term we lose me at the moment, but they booked up the space, and they're going to be here for like a little drinks reception tomorrow evening. It's a closed event. So whoever hears this and lives in Barcelona, please don't come stampeding to the hotel, because we won't know where to put you. But yep, that's happening tomorrow evening.
Well, that's quite great. So I would like to know, which are the future plans in this case for your hotel, for the business? Have you ever thought of incorporating other coins apart from Cardano and Cube, or you're just going to stick with Cardano?
I'm going to stick with Cardano, and like I said, I'll make an exception for Cube. However, if any other interesting coin that comes up particularly from the Cardano ecosystem, because I mean, this is actually now a Cardano hotel. I don't know if it really comes across in the interview, because I also run a Cardano stake pool, which is called Hotel appropriately. And at some point, I've also done podcasts and things like this. And at some point, it occurred to me that what I might be able to do in terms of promotion for the stake pool and the community at the same time. So the first thing I came up with was to rename the hotel the Cardano Hotel. But then in COVID, I had some time of my hands. So actually, we sort of transformed the hotel into like a real Cardano hotel at the moment. So I mean, the theme is Cardano, right? Yeah. It's like a hub of the Cardano community. Also, many people that stay in Barcelona, they have booked into other hotels. They just come and walk in. They're welcome. We just have a coffee. Maybe they will take a picture for them with Charles. We have several paintings of Charles on the wall. So in that sense, but so yeah, I mean, it's not only limited to ADA and KubeCoin. Also, some coins might also be okay, but anyway, always from the Cardano community. Great. I'm not interested in Bitcoin or Ethereum. I just don't. it's been done before. I like
Yeah.
to be the first in what I do and do a really good job and promote what we're here for to promote.
Great. Then we'll see in the future what are the plans in this way. So I
Well,
think this will be now my final question. It's a question that I
yeah,
always ask to the people, to the guests that are coming to KubeCast. I would like to
sure.
know right now which are the main 3 tokens that you have on your wallet.
I'm not really much of a wallet guy, actually, to tell you the truth. So I would have to say ADA. I might have some World Mobile tokens,
Okay.
and I can't even think of the third one. I hardly ever look at what is in my wallet. I got it like years ago, and it's sort of sitting there. So it's not top of my priority.
So you
I'm
are with
much more of a builder than a trader.
so you are all in with Cardano in this case.
Yep, I just don't have the time or the energy to go and look elsewhere.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm happy where I am. This is home. This is where I live. So.
Yeah. I can see that because you already have Cardano and WMT. So you
Yeah,
you are decided to go all the straight until the end with Cardano. So that's quite cool.
exactly.
Okay, Alfred. So that was my final question. But before ending the stream, the podcast, would you like to do a final statement or just to say something before we end the interview?
I think we pretty much covered everything, but generally, I think that whoever is ever in Barcelona, regardless whether even if people see this podcast and they're not particularly of the Cardano community, just have an interest in crypto or just in the philosophy, of just generally being nice to each other and sort of enjoying our time on this world, welcome to come to the hotel and we'll offer you a cup of coffee and have a great chat. And it's all about creating friendship and connections. I think in the end, that's what we're here for.
Perfect. So if anybody wants to come to Barcelona to visit the city, obviously you can go to Hotel Cardano, Ginevra, because they will accept Cardano if you're able to book a room because they're really, really busy those days because they're in the center of Barcelona. But remember that you cannot go tomorrow because there will be a special private event for for Cardano in this case.
Well, I mean, maybe the brave and the bold, they might still just wander in. You never know.
Yeah, they can try.
Yeah.
Perfect,
As long
Alfred.
as we don't
So
have
it
the
was
hurts on the
really
balcony, we'll be okay. So.
yeah. So it was really a pleasure to have you today here. Hopefully, we
Very
will
much.
do more podcasts in the future. I will try to speak about the progress of Cardano, the progress of obviously Eurotel, and the progress of KubeCoin, because we have a next chat that will be the incorporation of KubeCoin, obviously, to the Hotel Ginebra. So
That's right.
thank you, Alfred, for being today here with us. Yeah, we'll see you in the next podcast.
It was a pleasure, Marc.